You won't believe it, but Jiao is currently playing hide and seek with her new friend in the mountains. They've wandered the mountain for 2 days, but Jiao still hasn't found the monk. When she put down Li's candy bag, it vanished, shocking her. Not only was she shocked at the theft under her nose, but also that the bag was full of her cherished candies. Jiao was furious and immediately began to meditate and search. Before long, she found the thief's trail, telling herself, "It'll take you down, thief." With all her might running, catching the thief was the However, when she tackled the culprit to the ground, Jiao was stunned to discover it was an old man with a white beard. But firstly, she needed to quickly find her candy bag. Just as she picked it up, a monk suddenly appeared behind her, shocking her. This person was the monk she was looking for. In just one move, he figured out Jiao secrets. What a remarkable character. Just then, their argument heated up. The old man grabbing the candy bag was hilarious. With a crisp sound, it was torn. "Don't touch my candy," Jiao shouted, but for her, it was a huge gain to enjoy human food. You wouldn't believe how delicious it is. This is also why she is rushing to regain her original form. After the monk chanted, she finally recalled her human name, Jiao. This name has become a powerful symbol in the world, leaving the monk quite astonished. What shocked everyone even more was when Jiao slowly opened her eyes, revealing a mysterious sight before her. "Come on, let me help you," the old man said with a smile, and it wasn't until the monk promised her 10 pumpkin candies that Jiao finally calmed down. Through the monk's introduction, she learned that the old man was actually her deceased master. What an emotional moment. However, regarding the witchcraft tools of Grandma Rulai, the monk reminded her that they weren't here but rather buried on the top of Mount Ne. You do know how far Mount Nefos is from Mount Buffo, right? It's nearly impossible for Rulai to get those tools. At this moment, the blind wizard began to disrupt things again, aiming for the king. What a pathetic spirit. Just days ago, he was hiding like a bully in a well, looking like a thief, but today he crouched like a little chick. Although he wasn't killed by his own hands, he was forced to surrender his grudge, turning him into a joke and making him weak enough to be caught by kittens. Yet, upon hearing about the infamous 8-foot evil spirit, the kind emperor's army nearly freaked out, especially since 8-foot could appear in person. Even more surprising was her discovery of a talisman at the scene. Imagine that. No matter how strong the evil spirit, it's just a wandering ghost. But if manipulated, the consequences could be catastrophic. Just then, the king suddenly appeared. He scolded Rulai and her companion for disobeying orders while suspecting someone was manipulating them from behind, and to her shock, that person was Olof, the prince's mother, Lady Zhongdian. Truly ticked Rulai off, seeing that she was unable to expose herself easily. But the real mastermind was orchestrating the blind wizard's assassination plan. He had 7 days to kill the prince. Rulai actually guessed when the wizard would strike. She smirked. What about the flower cabinet? Turns out the talisman had bone marks and the symbols were written in ash. 8-foot strikes on burn days. What a coincidence. The king suddenly decided to reinstate the silver-armored official, giving these two a chance to face the king after all. Next night, the king and prince held a grand ceremony, with Rulai and Jiao on sides, ashes covering white grass in center. The ashes held the prince's clothes and a ball of sticks. It looked like a clever trap layout. The trap was the special pattern above, the iron net with 6 rune-inscribed scrolls, the infamous evil approaching formation. As the bell rang, massive footprints appeared in the ashes, one after the other. Meanwhile, the blind wizard was frantically casting spells, murmuring to himself, and as the drums grew louder, the footprints became more pronounced. This left the king and prince pale. When sticks spun, it was time for Rulai to close the net. Though the talisman shook wildly, through the gaps they could see 8-foot's true form struggling desperately. What a sight. "Run, get out now," Jiao shouted, quickly pulling out a small knife that transformed into a moonblade with a twist. Jiao was meant to activate her dragon mode, but instead, she stabbed right into the center of the rune. Though the energy from the dragon pearl made 8-foot incapable of striking back, the power was limited. What a tragedy. Worse, the blind wizard behind 8-foot just needed to change the chant frequency to bring him back to full strength. In one move, he sent Jiao flying, and the hole in the runes became the weakest point. As 8-foot was escaping, Jiao recalled the monk's words. Though the dragon pearl could defeat 8-foot, it needed all its energy to eliminate him. That's right, for Jiao, the dragon pearl was the source of eternal life. Once destroyed, her life would end. Now, the dilemma presented itself. How was she going to make her crucial choice? Suddenly, the girl saw the future. There was a woman desperately struggling in a blanket, and that woman was the lady of the end before her. At this point, the woman felt deeply uncomfortable, and after thinking, the girl chose to ask another question, only to find out she didn't know what it was. Rulai didn't say much, simply hinting for them to move aside, but they didn't notice a nervous lady in the background. She's been dreaming of an ugly spirit lately, initially by her side. It later climbed onto her, spewing black water, terrifying. Upon hearing this, Rulai felt her hair stand on end since the black water indicated there were unclean things nearby. Time to consider. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.